Good morning, comrades! I would like to welcome all of you back to the channel, back at the Nürburgring, and I hope you all have been having a wonderful week so far. 2 days ago, I made a video about the AMG Black Series, saying that now it has the fastest lap time of any production car around the Nürburgring. And many people have shared that video, and many people have commented, asked the questions. Also, AMG itself kind of commented on it. So today I want to reflect on that, answer many of those questions, and give you some more extra information, and also go a step beyond. So a quick disclaimer, in this video there's not going to be any driving or any car footage except for the cars behind me. So if you're here purely for that, feel free to click away without downvoting the video or leaving any upset comments because there was no driving. But I promise you there's going to be lots of interesting information that hasn't been published before or hasn't been published yet. Lots of rumors, lots of information, science, etc. So basically something to finish your week and go into the weekend. So let's get started. The Black Series. First of all, the comment of AMG, or actually its driver, Maro Engel, after I published the video, he made an Instagram post over here. Let me quickly quote on that. He says, "Hey guys, as there has been lots of talk about a possible Nürburgring lap record attempt with Mercedes-AMG Black Series, I can confirm we are testing, but there has been no official lap record attempt. If or is there's going to be the case, we will make sure to let you know." So yeah, there have been testing. There has not been a lap record attempt. This is also not what I have said. In fact, on 16th of October, AMG had the track booked for a lap record attempt or an event. We don't know for which car. Well, most likely AMG Black Series, obviously, but the weather didn't allow it. On the 20th of October, Tuesday, 3 days ago by now, Sport Auto actually had a slot for the video and photo shoot, something that you could have seen in the video. And I guess Maro decided to sneak quickly into that slot, do a lap, and see what the car can do. So officially, there was no attempt. It's just that something happened, he went for a lap, I clocked it, and indeed the car was fast. And let's face it, the best things are, well, when they happen by accident, they're extra beautiful, except for children. Sometimes, yeah, it could be awkward. So this has been great. So of course there has not been any decision or actually intention to set a fast lap time, just to see. For the same way as I a month ago went with Robert Kubica and the M4, I had no intention to make a viral video. I just wanted to have fun, and eventually a very good accident came out of it. So the question then is, why hasn't been there an actual lap time published by AMG, even of this 6 minutes 43 or something around that? Well, first of all, it could be very simple, because there has not been any recording equipment in the car, because again there was no intention, even if the telemetry says that the car, well, that the lap has been great. The second, AMG is still not satisfied. They're probably chasing the GT2 RS MR, so the fastest street legal car, and not just the production car, something I will get back to later in the video to go into the comments regarding that. So maybe they want to go sub 640, and only then they are satisfied. And finally, number 3, which is very important, even if AMG did, well, not if, AMG did a very fast lap time, they would not have been allowed to publish or to communicate that time, because ever since 2019, Nürburgring has so-called lap timing service or lap timing commission, or actually lap record service, because in the past, any manufacturer could come here, claim something, do a video and say like, yep, we did a lap record, here's evidence, or here is an evidence, cut up pieces of, well, not even the full onboard, etc. Not going to go too much into details. This is how it worked, and there's been lots of critique also, especially from my side, and I'm very happy that as of 2019 there is an actual official lap timing commission. So you, as a car manufacturer or as any company, can come and say like, hey, dear Nürburgring, I'd like to go very official, I'd like to set a lap record on the Nürburgring. So you pay for the track time, you rent a track. On top, there is like timing services provided by a company called Wiege. There is an official notary provided who comes there with 2 stopwatches, and when the car goes past, he clocks them at the same time to also then compare if those 2 stopwatches are the same to the actual timing equipment, and then says like, hey, hereby I witnessed it, that it was a lap record on this particular time, etc., etc. So it's done in a very official way, and everyone is being discouraged from doing otherwise. A very good example is actually a recent example. Last year, Porsche Taycan set a lap time of, I at this point don't remember, 7:30 something, published it, And if you go on the Nürburgring website, there is an official section, I will include it in the video description below, which shows all these lap records. There is no lap record of the Taycan because it was also done in industry pool. And Nürburgring was most likely not very happy about that, and it's not included on the website because it was done under very bad, well, not official as of now circumstances, although the lap time was set. Now, we all know what happened shortly after. Tesla came here, started testing Model S Plaid version, and Nürburgring just said, like, Tesla, we know what you're trying to do. Do not try to do it. So either you go for an official lap timing slot, and then you can do it, but at this point, we don't have any slots anymore. Everything is booked out, so we cannot do it. And we know that Model S Plaid, or actually the car that was driving back then, did something around 7 minutes 13 or 7 minutes 09. Yeah, very funny number for the audience, older audience on my channel. But it was not communicated by the manufacturer itself. So there's a reason behind that. So it has to be done under official circumstances, under official like a lap timing slot. And for that, we have to wait. And this slot was given to AMG on the 16th, on Friday, but the weather was not there, so hereby. Another very important note that you need to know is that in the past, the lap records were done on the so-called Sport Auto configuration or Industry Pool configuration or the old pre-2000 TF configuration. So, as mentioned previously, you start timing from the orange barrier and you finish timing just like before you, slightly after you enter the straight of T13 section. There's the 200 meters difference because of the past track configurations, because of the safety, etc. These are all the references, so it's roughly 200 meters shorter. Now, the new 2019 configuration, Nürburgring is saying like, okay, we're going to do the actual full lap. So the start and finish point are exactly in the same position. This brings lots of confusion because all the records of the past, from like all the like production car records, have been done with this minus 200 meter section. This is roughly 5-second distance of like 5 seconds of time difference. And now when a car manufacturer is going to set a lap time, which is going to be provided by the Nürburgring, it's all of a sudden not as fast as it actually is. It might not appear. You're going to say like, hold up, but the car X is actually 2 seconds faster. No, it's actually 3 seconds slower, if you get what I mean. So what the manufacturers are doing, a very good example of that is actually Renault Megane RS Trophy R. They published 2 lap times. One is official by the Nürburgring itself, the full layout, and one as a reference point to all the previous cars, which is excluding this section, which so people can relate to the actual previous cars, because otherwise it just like looks like, oh, well, this is not impressive, but it actually is. So whenever the time is going to be communicated of the Black Series, whenever it's going to come, we will see, there's most likely going to be 2 lap times. And now you know the reason why it is going to be the case. Now, moving on to the GT2 RS, which has now by now has returned back from Manthey-Racing. This, by the way, has its rain wheels. So in case you're going to ask where's the aero disc or the golden wheels, that's that. A lot of people have asked like, hey, but hold up. The GT2 RS MR has 6 minutes 40 lap record and 6:43 is not a lap record. Well, yes, I also find that this car is the most badass car of them all, and that 640 is the overall record. But there's been distinctions done between a production car, a car that leaves factory like that, and a car which is, like in this case, still a street legal car, but not production car, because it has a €100,000 package from Manthey-Racing on it, which gives it this 6 minutes 40, and thereby officially, not officially, it's not being included as, well, yeah, a production car. For me, it's still the fastest, and even though it is, for some people, can be seen as tuning, giving a small plug to Manthey-Racing, this still has a manufacturer support. So if you have an engine fault or anything, it's still being covered by the warranty. Whereas sometimes when you have your street car and your engine blows up and you go to the dealer and he says, oh, hold up, you're running different brake pads, bro. It's not from factory. Oh, we're not going to cover your blown up engine. So again, wandering off a bit. So this is the reason why. The 6 minutes 47 is done by the production fully stock car. 640 is done by Manthey-Racing. So that's why I want to be honest towards AMG, saying that it has the production car record, but they're probably aiming for the overall record, sub 6 minutes 40. But for that, we will see. Now, next point, there have been lots of questions and comments about actually other cars. And one of the most obvious ones, because it has been also included in the video like calculation, is McLaren Senna. What about McLaren Senna? Is that going to be the fastest car? Why hasn't it done any record before, but it has done record on Hockenheimring by Sport Auto, which was already 3 seconds faster than Black Series. So the reason for that, there are multiple reasons. First of all, McLaren simply does not care about the Nürburgring lap times as a manufacturer. They just haven't been playing that game, and I find it very sorry because it's a very cool game. It gives something for me to talk about and for you guys to look at and for the owners to brag about the lap times. Ever since the McLaren P1, when the Holy Trinity was published, or when the Holy Trinity came out, not published, it's not a book, those are 3 cars, 918, LaFerrari, and McLaren P1. 918 did the first sub-7 of any production car as a lap record on the Nürburgring, and then P1, everyone was looking at P1 because it was spotted at the Nürburgring, etc. And then they made a promotional video with all this like Nürburgring scenery, etc. And said like, oh, Nürburgring is the most amazing racetrack in the world, and la la la. Jackie Stewart called it the green hell. And so have we done a sub-7? Yes, of course we did. And nothing has followed. So they only said that. And there are rumors that like there was an average time taken because after half a lap P1's battery is depleted, and then they took another half a lap when it would be a full battery. They combined those lap times and then it would come out to a sub-7, but otherwise it wouldn't, and that's why they didn't communicate. But eventually, as we know, P1 LM by Lanzantil later on took the record together with Kenny Brack, which was also done on a track day and not on official lap timing day. But before that, back then, there were no official lap timing things. So again, first of all, McLaren doesn't care. Do I believe that it can do it? Yes. But can it be reliable enough to do it? Well, let's not go there. But I do think that the car is definitely capable of it. In fact, there are also some rumors that Sport Auto was supposed to do like a super test, like a lap around the Nürburgring, like they did at Hockenheim. But the rumors say that because of Corona, there were lockdowns back in like April, etc. And after that, the car went away. Then McLaren went into deep shit. This is like a very obvious expression, as you know by now. And then the whole thing got cancelled. Maybe that's true, maybe not. This is just like something that I heard and could be very plausible. But I do believe that Senna is definitely capable of going very fast, somewhere towards like 630. But then again, reliability is a big question. So that's regarding the Senna. Now, the second thing, when we look at hypercars, a lot of people have also asked, what about Bugatti pour Sport? Since I also like had the experience or the opportunity to experience the car here, can that do a lap time around the Nürburgring? What can it do? I honestly didn't know, because when I was being a passenger in the car, it was not being driven full out. Like the acceleration is of course amazing, 1500 horsepower. The handling is also for what the car is, so almost 1800 to over 80, slightly over 1800 kilos was also good, and it was not bad. It was not mind-blowing, but for the car's parameters, it was very good. So it is a very capable car, but I don't know if it would be able to do an impressive lap time around the Nürburgring. Maybe, possibly. But as of now, actually last week, Bugatti has teased that they're going to come out with a new model. Supposedly, there have been previously already some rumors that it's going to make some sort of like Vision GT towards Gran Turismo car, but it's going to be actually an actual model. And according to some rumors and multiple sources, the car's calculation around the Nürburgring is supposed to be sub-6, maybe even sub-5 minutes 30. Now, this is something impressive. We will find out apparently somewhere beginning of next week if those claims are actually going to be made. So it will be that will be very interesting to see. However, a very big side note, calculations are just something like, yeah, okay, they're being made. For example, for 919 Evo, the calculations were 4 minutes 30, but in reality, the car did only 5 minutes 19, which is slightly less than a minute difference. Because of course, there is also a human factor. You need to have a good driver who can drive the car on the absolute limit. You need to have optimal conditions. You need to have everything. And finally, calculations are usually being done by existing models. So whenever you develop a car, something big shout out to Rimac. When I had the experience of working with them, I could see how it's being done. You have an existing model that calculations say based upon, then you do real life testing, then you see, okay, something is not completely right, then you do the data that you gather from real-life testing, put it in the computer again, then you have the updated simulation model because some parameters you didn't take into account, and then that's how the development works for multiple years. So even those like bold claims might eventually not be true. Maybe they will be. We will see. The question is, does Bugatti or anyone at, well, Volkswagen or whatever want to go for the Nürburgring Lap record? I hope they do, because again, that will give us interesting content. So a quick final few thoughts about other manufacturers. We have, of course, Koenigsegg. Back in 2016, they were testing with Koenigsegg 121, and unfortunately, they had an accident. And by the way, massive shout out to Koenigsegg for back then providing a full press release saying this is what happened, this was the issue, this is how we're going to solve it, etc., etc. Whereas other manufacturers, when something like that happens, they'll be like, what? What are you talking about? We weren't there. There's no such car. What do you mean the Nürburgring? Nürburgring isn't existing. You don't exist. I'm not here. Flash Back to the Future, Black Man in Black. You know what I mean. Okay, back to the serious note. Christian von Koenigsegg had always very cool ambitions, and not just ambitions, he's been also actually working towards them to making them come true. Ever since, well, back in the days, he wanted to participate with Le Mans and then to take the Nürburgring Lap record. When they unveiled Jesko and I had a quick interview with him, he said, any driver should be able to drive like sub-7 easily with that car. So who knows? Maybe they will bring Jesko. That would be very cool to see of them. That I'm absolutely cheering because I love the brand. It's absolutely amazing, and I think Jesko would be definitely capable. I just hope Christians one day is going to wake up and say like, you know what? Yeah, let's go for the Nürburgring Lap record. I like that idea, and then it's definitely going to be something interesting. Another brand which is kind of sometimes being compared to Koenigsegg is Pagani. In the past, they had Zonda R had a lap record of 6 minutes 47. Ever since, we haven't heard anything since. They said that the Zonda R Evo had allegedly 6:30 something, but there's no evidence of that. So I don't know. We're not going to comment on that. But are they going to bring some special version of the Huayra? I don't know if there are any intentions. But that would be cool, definitely. Now, another brand that I have skipped, which is now obviously big in the news, SSC. Yeah, of course, because now they have the record of the fastest car on Earth, production car ever, over 500 kilometers, 331 miles per hour on average. Or was it the highest one? Anyway, it's just so mind-blowing that, like, you know, you have the fastest record. I'm not even bothered by the exact number. There is going to be a high downforce version of the car. Now, the question is if they're going to come here and actually going to try to do something, because again, lap records on the Nürburgring cost a lot of money, like test and development, the track rental cost itself, marketing costs, logistical costs, etc., etc. So I don't know if this is going to be, if it's going to work, but it could be a very interesting contender for that. Again, I would be very excited to see them here, and that would be very awesome. Now, some other brands, I made a quick list, so let me have a look if I missed anything. Of course, actually, obviously, another hypercar, Mercedes One, formerly known as Project One. Would they come here? Again, Mercedes, now with Black Series, are here. So hopefully now they have the taste of how exciting it is to have like Nürburgring involvement, that lap times are actually selling cars, because like 2 people already messaged me like from Black Series saying like, yeah, I was on the list, but I didn't know if I actually wanted the car. But since you made a video, I actually said, okay, I want to buy the car. And multiple times has happened that before with GT2 RS, etc. So lap times do sell cars. So it is important for manufacturers. It's a big marketing thing, but also a very important performance proof, so to say. So going back to Mercedes One, would they come and do it? I hope they will go for it. It's going to be definitely an interesting car. Nico Rosberg has ordered one. Is he going to try to do something? He doesn't have much Nordschleife experience. There is going to be a video of him on Nordschleife soon with me involving it somehow, small teaser. So yes, but he's very much focused on green technology. He bought that car because it has the engine when he won the championship in 2016. The Mercedes One has exactly that engine from Formula One car, so that's why. But he's focused on promoting green technology, EVs, etc. So I don't know if he would like to, but maybe he knows. We'll see. Just like a small thoughts and flow of thoughts. AMG One could be very interesting. Related to AMG One, Aston-Martin Valkyrie, would that do it? Aston Martin, just like other British brand, British car manufacturer, McLaren, just simply don't care about lap records or anything. They have something else going on. So I think even though the car is probably capable, but it's, in my opinion, probably too low. It's probably too much Formula One. It may be too low setup for the Nordschleife. It could be, it could work. The car could work, but I don't think the brand is behind it. And that brings us to the final thought. Ferrari SF90 currently has beaten the Top Gear lap record, I believe. And that car is definitely capable of it, but again, as shown also with McLaren, Ferrari simply does not care about Nürburgring at all or ever. Like a journalist, like Sport Auto, could get the car just to see what's capable of, but Ferrari as a brand would not come here because they don't care. The cars are being sold and sold out, and anyway, there's a completely different game going on there, and they would do a Fiorano lap time and say how much their car is better than the previous car, and that's it. And I find it very sad, of course, but I don't think the manufacturer would chase it. It would be cool to see the next La Ferrari, well, La Ferrari, the second special model of La Ferrari, of Ferrari to come and do something. That would be great, and I think that car is going to be also very special. And finally, actually, well, since we've been also talking about Porsche, we should have another special model coming, well, not soon, but at some point we should start hearing about it, because it's been already 7 years since the 918 has been released, and usually 8 years is the life cycle, or at least a decade within like something like these type of models. So I hope that the following car would definitely go for a lap record. So I think I covered pretty much all of them. Again, I hope you enjoyed this blah, blah, blah. I would like to wish you a wonderful weekend. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing all these videos. See you guys in tomorrow's video, when there's probably going to be an onboard and followed by a vlog on Sunday. And in tomorrow's onboard, I'm going to show you the difference, how like a proper instructions can make a 1 minute of lap time difference on the first lap already. Anyhow, join tomorrow. Looking forward to see you. Leave some nice comment behind below. Ask something for the upcoming Q&A, and thanks for watching, and have a great weekend. I already said that, but still, you're so freaking awesome. I love you guys. So have a fantastic, wonderful weekend and the following week. See you. Bye-bye.